Hello everyone, my name is Genesis Williams and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to UV model a character in 3D Code. For those of you who don't know what UV mapping is, UV mapping is the process of projecting a 2D image to a 3D model. So basically you're prepping your model so that any texture you create can be projected on the model. So that's what we're going to be doing in 3D Code. 3D Code is an amazing software. 3D Code can sculpt, 3D Code can UV, 3D Code can texture, and 3D Code can retopologize. But what I use 3D Code for is just UV and retopology, and because I use it because it's really fast and really easy to use. And without talking too much, let's get started. So when you open 3D Code, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see this interface right here, and you click on UV map mesh, and you're going to click on your model, whatever model you're using. Right here I have a head that I created in ZBrush. Press OK. Like you can see, I've already UV this character and it's ready to go, but I'm going to mess it up so that I can show you guys how it looks like when you bring your character first into 3D Code. So you can see my UV preview, it's already UV'd, and I'm going to show you how to do this. And this is a beginner's tutorial, so I'm going to show you guys how to navigate in the viewport. So if this is your first time using 3D Code, let's get started. So it's just like Maya and Substance Painter. If you hold Alt and your middle mouse button and you turn, you can orbit around the scene. If you hold Alt and your right mouse button, you go up and down, you can zoom. If you hold your middle mouse button, you can pan. So that's what you need to know about navigating the viewport. The next thing you need to know is what seams are. Seams are like scissors to tell the software where to cut the 3D model. So as you can see, all these green lines are seams, and as you can see on the UV preview, this is just to help the 3D program understand how you want to cut the 3D model for texturing. So it's like I said, it's like a map. It's basically so that you can project your texture into the model. So this is seams. So I'm going to teach you how to create this. If you click on the model on the edge here, you can see it's creating the same. And if you hold Control and you click, it's cleaning up the seam. So if you want to create a loop, for example, if you hold down Shift and you click, it's going to create a loop. And if you want to clean up a loop, you hold down Shift and Control and click, and it's going to create a loop. So that's all the beginner's tutorial you need for UV mapping, and that's all I use when I'm creating my seam. I basically just create a loop, and I click, and I create a loop, and that's what you see here. You can see all my loops. You can see all the lines here are my loops which I use in creating this UV set here. So without any further ado, let's get started in really UVing this thing from scratch. So I'm going to mess this up so that it can be ready for you guys to use. So I'm going to clear seam, clear cluster, and I'm going to auto map. Why I'm doing this is to show you guys how what 3D Code is going to do the first time you import your model into 3D Code. It's going to try and auto UV this model for you, and it's not doing a really good job. It's really doing something really terrible. If it was a simple object like a box or something like that, or a cup, it will do the job for you perfectly fine. You won't have to cut any UV at all. So but this is really complicated for 3D Code to do. So let's unwrap this so that it can bake it into the mesh. One second. Okay, now let's clear up this mess jargons right here because it's looking crazy. So go to clear seam, clear cluster. Now we have this model that we've not UV'd before, and UV and 3D Code did a nasty job here, as you can see. I want to make it clean. doesn't look like the UV I did at all. You can see all these different breaking parts. It's not optimized at all. So let's get started. So first thing first I like to do is cut out the eyes. So I'm just going to hold down shift and click. As you can see, it has already flattened that image it's already flattened that image just like that. So it's really simple to use. Just hold down shift, click, just like that. We have UVs for the eyes. Now we are going to cut out the ears. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, I did the retopology of this model in ZBrush, so the edge loop is not really that great, so we have to do some more work, and which is actually good for this tutorial, because there are some cases you get a messed up UV or a messed up topology, and or maybe a client tells you to UV the model you got from somewhere, and you just have to figure it out. So you don't want something that's always perfect all the time. So what I'm going to do now, we can see the loop just makes a spiral here. So I want this to connect to this, so I'm just going to hold down shift. As you can see, it created a loop for me here. So what I'm going to do now is maybe yeah, I'm going to click that, shift, select that. I'm just holding shift and clicking to create a loop. Let's see what it did there. So I'm just going to try and clean this. Hold down control, hold down control, hold down control, and shift control. It looks like we have to do this manually. Totally. Hold down control and click. Hold down control. I'm holding down control and clicking, and now I'm going to start clicking. I want to connect this here, so I'm just going to start clicking just to connect the edge loop to this. And now I can hold down control and shift and click this, and it's going to clean that loop over there. So I'm going to hold control and shift here too and click. It's cleaning that loop. And control click, control click, control shift, control and shift click, cleans that loop. So we have this here out, and as you can see in the UV preview, it's flattened. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, so we just go to click, 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 and just control click this. I just want this part at the ear. Click this and connect, and just connect that. Hold control and shift click, and let's see, hold control and shift click, okay. So let's clean this up. Control shift click, control shift click, control shift click. I'm just trying to clean up the edge loops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to this. So I'm just going to shift click this, clean this up. So yeah, we have this. So I'm going to clean this, control shift click. So we have this edge loop going on here. So it's flat. Sometimes you might just have to create a loop here, and maybe control shift. because as I can see it looks like it's not perfectly flat. So I'm just going to create a loop so 3D code can oops, looks like I have to do this manually. I can't do this with a loop, so just click, 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 click. Zoom in. Click, click, click. Okay, let's see that in the preview. Yeah, it's flat. That's what I want to. So it doesn't have to be identical to what I did here. Let's see. The loop from the other part came here, so let's continue. So it doesn't really matter. So, okay. Just showing you guys all the possible troubles you can get into when UV mapping your character. So you want it to be as flat as possible. As you can see, this is not flat. Also, let me see, where's that? This part. So what I'm going to do is do what I did in that other place. So I just click, 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 click. This is a technique you could use. If you could just trace this loop, you could actually come down here and click. Now, sorry, if you click here and you hold down shift and click, it's going to connect those two loops together. So those are like a bridge. So I can just keep clicking, keep clicking, keep clicking, keep clicking, and now let's see what we have. Yeah, it's flat. So now the next thing I'm going to do is cut out the face. So do that by holding down shift and clicking. Okay. So it's this, we see this loop connecting here, so we have to cut it from the top also. So there we go. So we created a loop there. Let's make it like this. Yeah, just yep, prefer this. Okay, so we just have the face, so we don't want the head attached to it, so we just have the face. And next, what I like to do, already we have a perfect job. I think the only thing we need to do is to cut the loop around the nostrils here. So we just click manually, single click, and just click and click. So we have that flat there. So okay, this is possible. So, oops. Yeah, when you click a face, it actually selects a certain face, and you don't want that. So you would control and click on that, and it's you just want to click only the edge. So guys, you can see how simple it is. Oops. To actually just cut loops. So we can just cutting loops, and 3D code just does the rest for you. And yes, yeah. So we see we cut the eyes, we cut the nostrils, everything is fine, everything is flat. So to better cut this, I can just, like I did for the ears, I could just click this and click this to make it better, and just go to the top of the head, and let's trace it from the nose. Make sure it's the center of the nose. Okay, this, then you click here and you click. So now let's look at it. Yep, that's what we want. So it's now spreading. We want it to be able to spread and make it as flat as possible. So we don't want any overlapping mesh. So creating this cut in between helps you. It's really good to spread the model and make it as flat as possible. So the next thing we're going to do is cut out the neck. Yes, the scalp. Let's do the scalp. So we're just going to hold down shift and cut this out. So we already have this. This is already perfect flat. Yes, no problem. So you see how easy it is. It's so freaking easy. On other 3D programs, you have to do some extra stuff, especially like in 3D Max. It's kind of complicated, but 3D Code just simplifies everything for me. So that's why I like using 3D Code. And let's cut the neck. Yeah. Okay. This is terrible, so let's fix this. So I'm just going to create an edge loop here. Clean this. Hope you guys are following along and it's not looking difficult. So let's see this. You see this? It's not unwrapping well. We have overlapping mesh, so we could just create one loop here. So that will help the 3D program to open up this mesh and make it flat. If this loop wasn't here, like let me clean it. You see what we have here. You see this? Looking at our UV preview. You see this? It's not looking nice. So you create this to open up. Yeah, so it's like a cylinder. You see this part here from this loop here forms a cylinder. So you need to open up that cylinder. So you're telling 3D Code, okay, I want to cut this place like scissors. I'm cutting this seam and it's going to cut that for you. So now we are going to clean this. Hold Shift Control click, Shift Control left click. So now we want to cut the seam down here. So let me see. Okay, let's cut one here first. Yes, so cut one under. Now we can cut one here. Yep, cut one there and cut another one here. So we have that. So boys and girls, that's it. That's all we need to do in UV. This is just, we've got flat here, we got flat here, everywhere. All the map, all the UV tiles are flat. Just flat, 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 flat. So what this UV preview is doing right now is showing you what will happen when you unwrap it, because we've not unwrapped this. So this seam we just cut is not baked into this model. So we need to do that. So what we need to do is unwrap this model based on these seams that we've created on the mesh here. So it's just easy. Just go to unwrap and let 3D Code do its thing. So 3D Code has unwrapped it. As you can see, everything here. You can see the head. I think this is the scalp, and this is bottom, and this is the front, the neck, chest area. This is the back. So we can see everything is all flat and 2D now. So now we can project our 2D texture to this. Now we could go to Substance Painter and paint, and it will work because this mesh has a UV map. It has a map for the 2D texture. So I hope you guys understand the concept of UV mapping. If for those beginners out there that don't know what UV mapping is, like I said earlier on, UV mapping is the process of projecting a 2D image to a 3D model. It's not as if your model is going to turn to a 2D. It's just going to have this UV map information for the texture to be projected onto. So that's all we need to do. Next thing we need to do is apply the UV to the model. We've unwrapped it, and now we need to apply it to the model so that we can export it to other programs like 3ds Max, Blender, Maya, or whatever, or ZBrush, and you can go do your texturing. So you just click on apply, and it says this operation cannot be undone. Do you want to continue? And say okay, and that is it, guys. That's all you need to know about UV mapping. That is all. You are done. You are ready to texture. So now after that, you can just go to File, Export Object and Texture. So and you just go to Output Mesh, you click Export Geometry, go to Output Mesh, and you say something like head UV, and you say save. And that's all, guys. Your UV map is connected to your 3D model. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe and drop a comment on this video. I love you. Peace out. Bye.